Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the quality of your life could be transformed by just 3 simple rules, not someday, not in a year, but starting today? Have you ever wondered what it takes to truly transform your life, not just to survive each day, but to thrive, to feel fulfilled, and to build relationships that are real and meaningful today? I'm sharing with you 3 simple rules that didn't just change the way I think, they changed the way I live. These aren't just ideas or philosophies, they're principles forged through experience, through mistakes, and through growth, and I believe they can change your life too. Before we dive in, let me ask you this. What's one rule you live by that has shaped the way you see the world? I've left this question in the comments below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, your input. Matters to me, so don't forget to reply, because the truth is transformation begins when we reflect deeply on our own principles. So as I share these 3 life-changing rules, I challenge you to think about your own. Think about the rules you've been living by consciously or unconsciously, and ask yourself if they're serving you. Are they pushing you forward, or are they holding you back? Let's dive into the first rule. Love needs action. Rule number 1, love needs action. Love isn't what you say, it's what you do too. Often we throw the word love around like it's enough to sustain relationships, but let me tell you, love without action is empty. Think about it. You can tell someone you love them 1,000 times, but if your actions don't match those words, what do they really mean? Love isn't just a feeling, it's a commitment, a choice to show up. Even when it's hard to give, even when it's inconvenient, it's in the little things, the kind gestures, the time spent, the sacrifices made. Love thrives in the details. It's not just about the big milestones, it's about the everyday moments, checking in on someone, remembering the things that matter to them, showing patience when it's easier to walk away. Real love is resilient. It doesn't fade when times get tough. Instead, it grows stronger because it's rooted in action, not just emotion. Love demands consistency, not perfection, and every small action adds up to something profound over time. When was the last time you showed someone you loved them, not just with words, but with meaningful actions? Maybe it was cooking a meal, lending a listening ear, or simply being there when they needed you. Love doesn't demand perfection, but it does demand presence. It asks you to put in the effort, to be intentional, and to prioritize the people who matter most. And here's the truth. Love without action is a missed opportunity to connect, to grow, and to make someone feel seen. You see, the people in your life need more than just your words. They need your consistency. They need to feel your love in the way you treat them, in the way you prioritize them, in the way you show up for them, even when it's inconvenient. Love that isn't backed by action becomes a hollow promise, one that slowly erodes trust and connection. And the beauty of love in action, it not only strengthens relationships, but also enriches your own life in ways words never could. Love is the bridge between intention and impact, and every step you take to show it builds something truly extraordinary. So ask yourself, how can you turn your love into action today? Rule number 2, trust needs proof. Trust is a fragile thing. It takes years to build, seconds to break, and sometimes a lifetime to repair. And here's the truth. Trust isn't built on promises, it's built on proof. We live in a world where words are cheap, where people say what they think you want to hear without any intention of following through. But trust isn't about what someone says they'll do, it's about what they actually do. Actions speak louder than words, because they leave no room for doubt. When someone proves they are reliable, that they will show up even when it's inconvenient, trust begins to take root. But here's the catch. Trust isn't something you give lightly, nor is it something you take for granted. It's a gift that requires ongoing effort and intention. It's not about expecting perfection, but about witnessing consistency without proof. Trust is nothing more than wishful thinking. Think about the people in your life. Who do you trust? Why do you trust them? The answers to those questions often reveal patterns of consistency, honesty, and reliability. Trustworthy people don't just make promises, they deliver on them, even when no one is watching. And you know what? It works both ways. If you want others to trust you, you have to lead by example. You have to show up, be accountable, and honor your commitments. Broken trust is a tough pill to swallow. It cuts deep because it shakes the foundation of your relationship, but rebuilding it isn't impossible. It's just hard work. It requires more than words. It demands action, patience, and time. Are you willing to do what it takes? Trust, once earned, is one of the most valuable assets in any relationship, but it's up to you to prove yourself worthy of it. And remember, trust isn't just a transaction, it's a reflection of character. It shows who you are when no one's watching. And here's something else to consider. Trust doesn't mean perfection. It means accountability. It means being honest when you fall short and taking responsibility for your actions. And in doing so, you strengthen your relationships and your own integrity. So ask yourself, are you living a life that proves you can be trusted? Or are you just hoping you're Words will be enough. Trust isn't given freely, it's earned through evidence, consistency, and authenticity. Rule number 3, sorry needs change. We've all heard it before. I'm sorry, 2 little words that are supposed to make everything better. But here's the thing, an apology without change is manipulation. Saying sorry means nothing if your actions stay the same. True apology isn't about words, it's about transformation. It's about acknowledging the hurt you've caused and taking deliberate steps to ensure it doesn't happen. Again, a true apology is the beginning of accountability, not the end of it. It's a commitment, a promise to yourself and others that you value relationships over ego. But how often do we let the words slip out of our mouths without thinking about their weight? A real sorry requires courage because it means facing the discomfort of your mistakes. It means being honest with yourself about where you fell short. Without that honesty, those 2 words lose their meaning entirely. When you apologize, you're not just asking for forgiveness, you're committing to doing better. But how often do we fall into the trap of saying sorry out of habit without any real intention of changing our behavior? That kind of apology does more harm than good because it erodes trust and makes your words meaningless. It plants seeds of doubt in relationships, leaving the other person wondering if your words were ever genuine. Apologies that aren't backed by actions become hollow. They're like broken promises whispered into the wind. True accountability, on the other hand, strengthens relationships and rebuilds what was damaged. And here's the uncomfortable truth: changing behavior is harder than saying sorry, but it's the only thing that truly matters. It's the only thing that separates a genuine apology from a convenient excuse. Think about the times you've been on the receiving end of an empty apology. It feels like a slap in the face, doesn't it? That's because we all crave sincerity. We want to see that someone truly understands the impact of their actions and is willing to make amends without change. And apology feels like a lie disguised as goodwill. It's frustrating, disheartening, and sometimes even damaging. And yet, when someone takes the time to show they've changed, it restores not only trust, but also hope. It reminds us that people are capable of growth, that mistakes don't define us, and that relationships can heal. True change is a gift, one that rebuilds bridges instead of burning them. True apologies are backed by action. They're seen in the effort you make to rebuild trust and the patience you show as you prove your commitment to change. Real change requires consistency, discipline, and humility. It means showing up every day and choosing to be better, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. It's about understanding that your actions speak louder than your words ever could. And when you do this, when you back up your words with tangible change, you earn something invaluable: respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Growth is hard work, but it's worth it because it's the only path to becoming the person you aspire to be. Sorry without change is just a performance. It's a way to ease guilt without taking responsibility. But a genuine apology that's powerful, it's a bridge to healing, a foundation for growth, and a chance to rebuild what's been broken. It shows courage, empathy, and a willingness to face the consequences of your actions. A sincere apology paves the way for deeper connections and stronger bonds. It turns mistakes into stepping stones and failures into lessons. So the next time you say sorry, ask yourself, what am I doing to make sure this doesn't happen again? How am I showing up differently to honor the trust I've broken? Because change is the only proof that your apology is real. And in the end, real growth is rooted in action, not words. And it's in those actions that you find the true meaning of integrity. These 3 rules: love needs action, trust needs proof, and sorry needs change, aren't just ideas. They're guiding principles that demand accountability and inspire growth. They challenge us to live with integrity, to value our relationships, and to prioritize what truly matters. Because the truth is words without action lose their meaning. And in the end, it's our actions that define us. Life isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about showing up with intention, proving yourself through your actions, and being willing to change when you fall short. These rules have shaped the way I approach relationships, the way I handle conflict, and the way I strive to grow every single day. They've taught me that love is a verb, that trust is built brick by brick, and that real apologies are backed by effort and transformation. So I challenge you, how will you apply these rules to your own life? Will your love move beyond words and into action? Will your trust be earned through proof, not promises? And when you say sorry, will you back it up with real change? Transformation doesn't happen by accident, it happens by choice. Remember, the quality of your life is a reflection of the quality of your relationships, and the quality of your relationships depends on how well you live out these principles. So what are you waiting for? Start today, live these rules, and watch how your life transforms. True change isn't easy, but it's always worth it. Let's embrace the challenge together. If you've made it this far, drop a 100 The comments, it shows you are part of the 1% that's improving every single day.